Hello, and welcome to the wonderful world of Microsoft Word and APA formatting. I am Joshua Gall. In this short video series, you will see how to set up a basic document for your EAP classes and learn some vocabulary that will help you search for ways to solve problems for yourself. But before we get started, what is Microsoft Word? Well, Microsoft Word is a kind of computer program, and programs are often called software. Now, Microsoft Word is a word processing software. First thing we're going to need to do is launch the program. So I'm going to go down to the Windows button, or I can also press the Windows button on my keyboard. So this is called the Start button, and I'm going to press that, and it's going to bring up a list of programs here. Now I can scroll all the way down to W, and you can see I have a lot of programs here, and I could find Word. And that's great. I'm going to press the Windows button. I can also press the Start button and just type Word. And then press Enter. Now we see that we can make a new document here with a number of different templates. We also have the previous files that we've opened over here. We can go over here to look at more templates, and templates are pre-made files types that sort of you can use to make it a little bit easier. So for example, if I want to make a brochure, I could type brochure, and then it will bring up a number of pre-made brochures that I can choose from and create, and it will make something like this. But for now, we will just use a blank document. And at the top here, we can see we have a number of different options. And then as well at the bottom here, we also have a number of options. Then we have our actual document here. All of this is known as the UI, or User Interface. Microsoft Word has a number of tabs up here at the top, which all have their own options. So if I click a different tab, you can see that it changes the options that I can use. There are many good YouTube videos that will explain all of these different options. But for now, the File, Home, and Insert tab will all be very useful for us. Let's begin with the File tab. Now the File tab will allow us to do things like go to the Home, open a new document, open a saved document, and save our documents by using either the Save or Save As option. So we'll use Save for now, and it will give us a list of different options for where we can save it. I'm going to browse or look for a place where I can save it, and I'll use this folder that I made in the document section. Double click, and now I need to give it a name. Joshua's, and I will press Save. Now I can make a change to the document and go back up, and I have these two options again, Save and Save As. Now if I just click Save, or if I hold the Control button and press the letter S at the same time, it will just save this to the same file. So if I click Save, it's still to Joshua. However, there's also the option for Save As, and saving as will allow me to make a new file. So for example, I might call it Joshua 1. Now we can see at the top, it has changed to Joshua 1, which means that I am in a new file. I am no longer editing the Joshua file, I am editing the Joshua 1 file. So I might say, hello, this is Joshua 1. And then I'm going to press the Save button, or hold Control plus S, or go to File and Save. And let's just close this for now. So now you see that I've actually made two files, Joshua and Joshua 1. So if I open Joshua, it's just hello. But when I open Joshua 1, it's the Joshua 1 file. If we want to rename a file, we need to make sure that it's closed, or it will give us an error message. I will close both of these, and I can go to the file, right-click on it, and go to Rename. Change the name. So, Save will save the current document as it is. And Save As will bring up a menu that will let you choose where to save it and what to name it. So, if you are using a document, you probably just need to save. And the easiest way to do that is with Ctrl+S. It's a very good idea to save your document as much as possible. Now, the easiest way to open a Word document is just to find the file and double-click on it. However, we can also go to File, Open, and you can see that the last few files that I was working on appear here. You can also browse and find the file I want and open that. One helpful tip is try to always have your file names be in English and be a combination of your name and the name of the project you're working on. So, for example, I'll go to Rename, and I will call this, let's say it's Essay 1 for my core class. And then maybe I'll just put my last name and first initial. So, Gall J. This will make it much easier for your professors when they are looking at your files to remember whose it is. We can now begin writing in our document. And to do this, we will add text. Now, text consists of the things that you see on your page. So, numbers, letters, and symbols. In Microsoft Word, the text is called font. And almost all of the menu options here on the home screen will be about changing the font. We can change the font by highlighting the text by clicking and dragging our mouse, or by putting the blinking cursor where we would like to select the word, holding down the Shift key and using the arrow buttons to select single letters, or by holding Shift and Control and using the arrow buttons to select the entire word. Once we have selected some text, we can come up to the menu option here that is font, and we can select a new font type. For APA formatting, we want to use Times New Roman, and we want to change the size, which can be done here, to 12. If we would like to select all of the text, we can hold the Control button and press the letter A, and that will highlight all of the text in your document. You can then change all of it at one time. Finally, if you would like more options, we can select a word and right-click, then find the Font menu. For example, if we want to make it all capital letters, we could select All Caps. We can also change the weight of the font with these options here. We have bold, italics, and underline. Here we can see bolded text. This text is in italics, and this has been underlined. We can do more than one for each, and we have an option under underline, which will give us different types of underlines. Where the text appears on the page is known as the text alignment. This text is using the left align, which means that the text will be written from left to right. When we are working in APA style, we will almost always want to use the left align. However, by clicking these options here, we can try middle, right, and justify. Here we have a sentence that I have written in my document. You'll notice that there are 3 different types of underline. The first one we've seen before, and this is the one that I made using the underline option. However, there are also red and blue underlines. This is part of the UI, and it will not appear on a printed document. The different colored underlines are error messages, and they will show you when Microsoft Word has detected an error. The first kind of error is probably the most common one you will see. It is a spelling error, and it is shown by a red underline. In order to see what the error message is, we simply need to put our mouse cursor over the word and right-click. Microsoft Word will give us different spelling corrections. The next kind of error that we see here is a blue underline. This is used to show grammatical errors. In this case, I've used the wrong there. Spell checking options can also be found in the Review tab.